Shalom. I'm going to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Al-Chakadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations. And to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. And to quote Prophet Jeremiah, howl for her, take balm for her pain, for we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. And now it's time to face reality. You know, it's time for these Americans to actually, eat humble pie and reconcile with the fact that things are not going to get any better. Reality is setting in for a lot of these people, especially our women. I'm talking about the so-called black women, who lived at ease, who lived with her head held up high in pride, for all this time. And now, what does the word perilous means? Indiana, like different, they're not.
To talk to renters say.
So let me play this little clip and, we'll definitely hit the scripts.
To more than a dozen tenants at a Tyler apartment complex. But those renters say they didn't do anything wrong. In fact, they blame an employee for this whole mess. Our Raleigh Jayswell has been working this story since this weekend. She joins us now with what she's learning.
Renters say the issues began earlier this month when their leasing agent sent them a special offer. Half off their rent if they paid through the agent.
I went into the leasing office to talk to her more because I know that in this time of day there's a lot of scams going on. And I was like, hey, is this legit? And she was like, yes, girl, trust me, I'm your leasing agent.
Excited and relieved to be getting a discount, several residents took advantage of the offer.
She assured me that I would get a receipt and that I can go into my portable and see that she had paid the amount.
I just checked my portal, I had a balance, and when I went back, it was zero. She sent me a picture of the receipt and everything, it was paid off.
But things took a turn. 2 weeks later, residents say they were hit with a double rent payment and a notice that they never paid.
I was trying to pay the balance. Later on, they told me that my portable was locked and that I couldn't pay my rent.
By Friday, I had the eviction notice to be out in 3 days, and there was nothing we could do to go in and pay it. They wouldn't let us.
By law, the tenant doesn't have to leave. It's just something to let that tenant know that the property manager or the property owner is going to follow through with an eviction process.
Complicating matters, the eviction notice shown to me by residents states the tenants facing eviction violated their lease by committing fraud or theft. But the residents say they're actually the victims here. They have filed a police report against the leasing agent, who has reportedly been fired.
I know I wasn't going to get my money back. So I went to the police station. I pressed charges.
Tyler PD says this investigation is still ongoing. According to Constable, the eviction has to be filed through the Justice of Peace office.
And we will go and serve what you call a citation, letting the tenants know that the eviction process has started. We're serving them, and then there will be a court date. It has to take place after 10 days.
We have reached out to the corporate office and leasing office at the Earl Campbell residencies, and they are not commenting at this time. Residents who got the eviction notice say they will be going to court to fight this. For now, reporting in Tyler, I'm Raleigh Jayswell with CBS 19.
Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakvadash. I'm going to like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the 144,000. Noise in this gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, wherever it may be. What you're seeing here, what is called the beginning of sorrows, evictions on the rise throughout Babylon, and then residents upset almost at the tenants issued eviction notice at one Tyler Apartments complex. Okay, which of course is a group of black women. You notice how you black women, you're always the front of controversy. When it comes to making you look bad in the media, whether you twerking, whether you been a Miss Independent woman, or whether you have some type of hardship, you are being made the face of a joke. Okay, because see, one thing about Keisha She likes to play it off in front like she has it, man. Like when you look at these apartment complexes, those look like nice, well-kept, luxury homes, in a middle-class neighborhood. But see, what you don't understand, Keisha, is that they don't want you around. They don't want your ratchetness. Okay, because like we seen right here, you got a group of, look at it, you had the one woman with the braids in her hair, had the eyelashes on, and then you got her with this red hair. Okay, then you got this other one on the steps with a baby in her goddamn hand. And then you got the obese one, and they all got this look on their face like the world owes them something, when in fact nobody owes you a goddamn thing. But see, your entitlement has proved to you and proved several times that you're incapable of being governed, man, because you're entitled. And now that the jig is up, you're suffering, you're losing your benefits. Okay, like the scripture said, that vengeance should not come, it should fail. You're realizing that this world does not have your best interest, man. And they never did. But you've thrown all that away, your families, your men, to have one in the world for convenience sake, because you wanted to be the boss bitch. But now these evictions are on an all-time high in these low income neighborhoods, and these high income neighborhoods as well, because you got Keisha that's actually doing pretty decent. Like it was an article that came out, I believe 2 weeks ago, downtown LA, 2 black women were murdered, like literally a block from one another, in a high rise, they penthouse suites or whatever they had down, they lofts or whatever. So he's doing good in many cases, but all that's getting ready to fail. Okay, because nobody wants you around. Because I'm gonna tell you straightforward like this: when you see women like this, and I'm just speaking the truth, man. When you see women like this, you knows what comes from that. Baby daddy drama comes, more ratchetness, okay, more kids, unruly kids. Then these women, they bring the whole goddamn hood with them, man. Because they may get like some type of move-in special. You buy one, you get 1 month rent free, and then you get your last month half off, 50%, you sign another lease. And then they get the Malvin off, and then they're telling all their homies and their girlfriends from the hood, hey girl, you gotta move out here. They got good deals. And then before you know it, you bring the property value down. And then everybody moves out because nobody wants to live around you, man. Like even around my house, I was reading the reviews, and one resident out here, they was bugging out. They was like, since when they allow a 5-unit, they allowed a family of 5 in a 1-unit bedroom? They like, what the fuck is going on with that? Because usually what happens is when you getting ready to move in an apartment or whatever, a loft, they ask you on the application how many people are going to move with you so they can fit the appropriate size. And if you say you got 5 people and you applying for 1 bedroom, then you're going to be disqualified. Well, you're supposed to be disqualified from that unit because you actually got people out here that need that unit versus you and your 5 goddamn kids. But now you're getting evicted. Like in Chicago, evictions at an all-time high. Okay, they got this new cash bail law when basically crime is going to basically be without penalty. They're cutting the programs. We in the verge of an economic collapse. So a lot of you women are getting ready to get fucked up, man. Okay, and this is the start of it. So call Lord Yahweh Shimi Hawashai, man. All right. So I got a couple of precepts here because Apostle Tahar did a piggyback to this too, which was going into Isaiah 4:1, how these women are going to need men to cleave into for the times that we're coming into. They're going to need the men of the Lord. Okay, because they're not going to have a covering, especially with all this draft talk, talking about reinstating the draft and, having men to sign up for the selective service. The scriptures say that women, their men should die in the wars and perish from famine, because the majority of these misfits, these men in America, they're going to get shipped off to the Middle East to fight this war, man. At least the ones that's capable. All right. But this is the book of Lamentations 4. And I'm going to start at verses. Let's start at verses 9. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for the one of the fruits of the field. Okay, and this is coming to the time now that things are pretty much going to be rationed out. They're going to be scarce. Not because they don't have it, but because they're going to put things by class systems. You got to get the MOTB, you got to get the chip. in order to have food or a certain amount of food for the day. And even then, when you get that chip in your ass, you're not gonna be able to buy 2 months of grocery food. You ain't gonna be able to do that no more, man. Like you got certain women, man, they get $600-700 a month in food stamps. That's literally like 3 months supply of food, probably more. Okay, but you ain't gonna have that in the kingdom. I mean, you're not gonna have that because they're gonna ration that shit off to you. And you better believe that these women are gonna take that MOTB just to get their eyelashes done and get their toes done. You know, to go to the club. You know, to go twerk. You know, go on girls trips. They're gonna get that shit, man. But none of that, they getting evicted because they don't want you around no more, man, and things are getting hard for you. They don't want you around. Nobody wants your ratchetness around. Nobody want to look out of their window and see a woman with fucking blonde colored hair with long eyelashes, look like bird wings, you know what I'm saying, with some fucking leggings on, those fluffy ball flip-flops. You know those shit that Keisha wear, those flip-flops, those house slippers with the fur on the front. Nobody wants to see that, man. You know, with the furry-ass steering wheel cover. Here she has a car and she got this big fluffy ass steering wheel cover on there. How can you even control the vehicle with that? You know, but nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that looking outside their window every morning. Nobody wants to see your kid running around with his diaper on. Nobody wants to hear you up at 3 o'clock in the morning smoking weed or hear you get bent over, man. Nobody wants to see 5 or 6 different niggas coming out of your house in a day. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see that shit, man. So they want you out. Okay? And y'all gonna learn the hard way. Hold up, give me 1 second. Turn this shit off. Anyway, and it says, "In the hand of the pitiful women have sought their own children, and they will meet in the destruction of the daughter of my people." Okay, because you're gonna get back to cannibalism. You're gonna get back to eating your kids when things become scarce out here. Because the way they're getting ready to pull a plug on Babylon, and if everything goes according to plan, allegedly January 1st, a lot of these nations are supposed to be dumping $1. And we know, like, at the beginning of their fiscal year, like I believe we had in the beginning of their fiscal year. So that second quarter come about at the beginning of the year. And if they dump $1, then you can expect inflation to be pretty much out of whack, man. Okay, and just from my personal... Just from what I believe personally as a man, I believe that we're going to see small buckets of hyperinflation next year. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if this is going to be the case, but right now we are already at what? Fucking 10%, 11%, something like that, 9%. So just imagine when all these nations do away with the dollar. That's going to easily quadruple. You think rents are expensive now? Shit, by next year sometime, none of us, we may not be able to afford our apartments, man. That's why we're going to have to go off some strong faith, because it's getting to the time now. Things are going to get hard for everybody. They're already hard. You know what I'm saying? They already threatened to cut off Jake's light bill over $168. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, light bill ain't never been that goddamn much. $168. And they want to threaten to disconnect it because they ain't got the money. Like, fuck off, man. It's not the fact that it can't be paid, but people, they like, man, fuck this shit. We ain't doing this no more, man. We ain't finna let you people bully us into stealing more money from us. You out your fucking mind. And when it came out that those migrants from the Ukraine doing a government shutdown, they're gonna still get paid. But yet, you the ones that's working like slaves to keep a roof over your goddamn head. Like I said, you Americans, you're the most incompetent people on the planet Earth. You're stupid. Okay? If you were any smart, y'all would have been done something. But y'all ain't gonna do shit because you're hoping that these people get you out of your situations. All right, but it says the hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children, and they were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Right. So you see this little homeboy right here? Because these women, they ain't going to make it out of here. I can guarantee you, none of these women that you're seeing on the step, no man is going to come to their aid. No man is going to take them in. No man is going to want to deal with them. And you see this little baby she's holding? Eventually, when things get so bad, she will eat him or her. You know, this child ain't got a chance in hell on surviving being under parents like this. Child never had a chance, man. But hey, that's the Heavenly Father's movie, man. So be it. All right. This is the book of Isaiah 4:1. It says, "In that day, so few men will be left," meaning a lot of you men are gonna die, and a lot of you simps, you're gonna die, man. Okay, you're gonna die horribly. Like I said, a lot of you gonna be put to death right in the streets of America, and a lot of you gonna go to the Middle East, and you're gonna be put to death by our Lord Himself. Okay? But it says, in that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man. Right, because it ain't going to be no men left. It's going to be a process of elimination. When they see the men of the Lord, okay, healthy, doing miracles and feeding and doing what we're supposed to do, women are going to literally run us down. Okay? And majority of them, we going to shake loose. We going to like, nah, I can't deal with you. Okay, you got to be down for the cause now in order to get a second look in that day. Okay, and not even all of you that's down with us are going to be on our hip in that day, man. Like a lot of brothers, man, a lot of your women you with, a lot of them ain't going to be, a lot of you, man, a lot of you women ain't going to be with you in Jacob's trouble. I'm going to tell you straightforward. A lot of your women, a lot of brothers going to get rid of their women in that day, man, because they ain't fucking right. You know what I'm saying? You know, they want to play the game until they can't fucking play it no more. Then when things get hard, they bug out. You gonna find out, brothers, that the women that you claim you with, your beloved, your wife, your Hebrew Israelite woman, you gonna find out that, hey, there's a very thin line between love and hate. Okay, when that money is not coming in and them bills ain't being paid and she can't get them toes done, she can't go to the Mike Epps concert or impromptu live or whatever, and she can't get them steak dinners no more, hey, you're gonna see how quick she's gonna turn on you. You know, but hey, good, because that shows you that, hey, that demon didn't need to be around you anyway. But it says, in that day, so few men would be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you, which proved that this is marriage. Okay, because some bug out, some woman a couple of months ago tried to break down Isaiah 4:1, talking about the 7 women you're going to have is your wife, her mother, your daughter, her well, some dumb shit this bitch said. The grandmother, like, why in the hell would I marry my mother, man? Why in the hell would I marry my daughter? Okay, now Isaiah 4:1, that applies to your women, your wives, man. Now there will be households that make it, you know, sons and daughters and so forth, you know. But my daughter, she's at the point now, like she's 13 years old. She's not under my house, so technically, you know, she's really not under my covering, unless the Lord have mercy. But I ain't responsible for that at this point. Now, if she's under my roof and abiding right, then yeah, she will be protected. But at this time, that's like, it's kind of unlikely, but who knows how the Lord works, you know? But that's just an example. But let us all marry you. It says we will provide our own food and clothing. It says, and only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids, man. And really that word goes into reproach. When you're being reproached, then you're being mocked, you're being ridiculed, you're being scoffed, you're being judged. You know, and a lot of these women are going to get reproached without any remedy because no man wants to deal with them no more. They burnt their bridges. The attitude is too goddamn bad. You know? So for all you Israelite camps out there that's talking about, oh, Mary, there's going to be in the kingdom, you dumb as hell, man. Why would it be few men left in the kingdom? Okay, because you got Israelite simpletons out here pushing that Isaiah 4:1, oh, that's only in the kingdom. But wait a minute, man. If it's lawful in the kingdom, don't you think it would be lawful on this side too? You damn niggas, man. You know, that's why the Most High is going to break a lot of these Israelite groups up, man. You know, they twisting the scripture. Oh, well, you can't have multiple lives, but I'm supposed to get with some head wrap hoe that's digging on another nigga in my congregation. All because, you know, I got to live the American marriage. Get the fuck out of here, man. We're not dealing with that shit. Isaiah 4:1 going to come to pass on this side. And any of you women that is dealing with the men in the Lord that don't like the fact that this is going to come to pass, then you can step, man. Straight up. We ain't here to appease your fucking emotions because you jealous. I ain't sharing my man with nobody, bitch. I ain't your man. I don't belong to you. I belong to the Lord. You my woman. I have a say-so on what you do. You don't have a say-so on what I do, man. Period. So get out of that selfish mindset, man. All right? And with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And with that, Shalom and the Shalom.